Hello, welcome to Bruce's Art Studio. Today we're going to paint an orange. The colors we're going to use is a cad red light, a yellow cad light, a cad orange, alizarin crimson, burnt umber, black, and white. I have a medium down here also. I've gone ahead and painted in the background. All I've used there is the burnt umber and a little bit of alizarin crimson and white. And I've mixed a bit of the cad red and the yellow for the foreground, and we'll finish that later. To start the orange, I've drawn a circle, and where the stem is, I've drawn a circle within a circle, which I'll explain later. For painting, we'll start with doing the inside of the orange in cad orange, like so. Just take cad, just go along the inside all the way around. This is going to be an underlay of paint. Eventually it's going to be covered, but it's going to show through. So. Now, the way we're going to paint the orange, we're going to paint it in the various layers. The layer where the light hits in this area here is going to be light, which is going to be your cad red, light, and cad yellow, more on the yellow side. When you mix your red and the yellow, you're going to create an orange, but not quite a cad orange. You really can't beat a cad orange. It's as good as it gets. The second layer that you're going to be painting is going to be the cad orange, more the actual orange color. And the bottom part of your orange, you're going to mix the color of your red, your yellow, and your orange, and this time it's going to be a little bit more on the red side. So let's go do that. The first thing I'm going to do is cad red and more yellow than the cad red. That's going to give a nice color sort of on the orangey side. Well, actually it is on the orangey side, but it's going to be more on the yellow of the orangey side. So let's go do that. And as you're painting, if you feel, oh, it's a little bit too dark, then just go ahead and add some more yellow to it, like so. Yep. I'm just using little X strokes. I have quite a lot of paint on here. I don't really require that much, but it's alright if you do put a lot. The next layer that you put on the orange is going to be cad orange, just straight cad orange. You can use the same brush that you just previously used, no problem. Don't have to clean it. The next layer that you're putting on is going to be a little bit more on the red side. So go back to what we mixed. We have our cad red and we have our cad yellow. Just mix it a little bit more on the red side. Just use your brush and put that in. I'm just going to leave that for a moment. I'm going to go to the center of the apple where the stem is, pardon me, with the orange, where the orange is. And I'm going to put a stem in here, but unlike an apple has a stem that protrudes out from the apple. The orange is broken off at the orange. So let's do that. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a dark color. In this case, I'm just going to use a burnt umber and some red. And I'm going to make a few marks like so. 5 marks that represent folds that's going to be in the orange. Then I'm going to put more umber than red, and I'm going to create a circle within a circle, like so. Then I'm going to take my yellow, and I'm going to have a touch of black, and I'm going to mix it, and that's going to give us a green. I call it an earth green because it's very, very close to the leaves and stuff that you see. But it works great on the orange. So we'll take, just a liner brush will be fine, a small liner brush. Mix it up and just paint the inside to begin with. Now we're going to take a white with that same color and lighten it up, about a half and half mixture, and I'm going to go over that, and in the center we're going to have it the lightest spot. Okay. For the orange now, we're going to build like a little, sort of like a little trench going towards that circle, and we're going to use the reddish orange to do that. And we're just going to pull away from the area where the stem was. If you pull some of that green into this, that's great. There we go. Now we're going to take and start building with a lighter color. I'm going to use a yellow. Actually, I'm going to bring that yellow down here so we don't get a dirt mixture. We go with a little bit of green, a little bit of white, and we're going to take that color and build between the red marks that you put and away from the stem area. Add a little white as you go. Now, not only are you building a skin area, but you're putting in highlights at the same time. As you do this, you'll start seeing the orange itself form. Now just drag the white mixture into the orange that you've already put on the orange. See how the colors now, the underneath colors now are starting to show through. That's what you're looking for. Back in this area where the stem is, go back with your dark, a little bit of burnt umber, a little bit of black, just not too much, and make the area just a wee bit more clear to see. Then go back with the green and the white on it and finish it. There you go. That's the area that attaches the orange to the tree. Now we're going to start building highlights. The area of the orange has to go darker, lighter, light. So we're going to start with the bottom part. The first thing I'm going to do is just take a splash of Alizarin crimson. Both sides. The bottom and here. And then I'm going to take cad with red and go right over the top of that. Now we're going to blend all that in. So grab yourself a nice soft brush and blend that all in. You may think it's too red, but it's not. You'll see when we're finished. There we go. Now take white with your yellow mixture and pull it down onto that red. You want that red to sort of show through. But when you're using a red and a yellow, you are creating an orange. There you go. just add a little orange to that again, and you've got the dark side of your orange complete, with the exception of your reflective light and shadow. But we're going to jump from there to the top again. Now we're going to add white, just straight white, and blend that into the orange. Straight white, and keep your brush fairly clean when you're doing this. And just blend it in. It's going to turn a little yellowish on you, and that's what you're looking for. There you go. And it's starting to look like a nice orange. Now let's get some shades in here. We're going to take some burnt umber, and we're going to put a mark here. Burnt umber, a little bit of reddish here, orange, and a mark here. That's going to give you a shade. Now blend that in, just little circles is good. Giving it a little rustic look. Now you want a little bit also of the green. I'm just going to put a little green up here. Oranges have green in it. And we're going to take a little bit of yellow, and we're going to, on this side, we're just going to throw a little bit on top here. Now we're going to put in reflective paint. Reflective paint is basically your red and your yellow. A little bit of white, not much, just a little bit of white. And you're going to take that and you're going to go all the way around the outside of your orange. Just put it on very lightly. In this area here where there's going to be a shadow, put a little heavier. Now blend that all in. And that gives your orange sort of a glow. We'll go back to the orange. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the bottom foreground. I'm just going to mix all the colors that we had, adding a little bit more brown to it, or umber. A little bit of red. Gonna leave an area there for the shadow. And you're just about finished. Right in here I want a shadow, so I'm going to touch a black next to the bottom. Drag that black out. I'm going to put it into a red. And there is your orange. Now I hope you've enjoyed it. You can add more color to the orange if you like. There's no problem with that. Or you can change the shadow. You can change the direction of the light. But the basics of what you've been taught should help you create your orange and become happy with what you've done. So from me to you, happy painting, and thanks very much for watching this orange come alive.